What's going on, folks? How you doing? In case you don't know, I'm Lee Black, and I am the host of Real Talk for Real Men. And I know, this is not the normal day that I normally do my show. For those of you who may be seeing it for the first time, Real Talk for Real Men airs live typically every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I was not able to come on yesterday because I was in the throes of spring cleaning. So for us here in Atlanta, Georgia, the weather has pretty much changed over. We're consistently getting warm weather. We're in that odd, funky period where we're coming out of winter. And so yesterday was one of those days where I started early in the morning cleaning and one thing led to another. And I was like, well, why not? And it turned into a full day of spring cleaning, pushing my winter shit to the back, bringing my spring and summer stuff up to, and I was cleaning and all that stuff. So I wanted to come on today to do a little bit of content. So for those of you who may have missed my show yesterday, so I wanted to apologize to the family. And I see I already got one of my loyal viewers here. This is Grown Woman Don't Try Me, CC. How you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for popping in, checking me out. And so, yeah, I wanted to apologize because, again, I had a lot going on with cleaning and it was a long work week and all that good stuff. I'm sure you guys understand. Yes, I do work a regular 9 to 5, so to speak. Having said that, yeah, so I was spring cleaning, CC, just getting a lot done, and I was dirty, and in the midst of that, I didn't want to stop, and so I was cleaning out my storage house and throwing some stuff away, all that good stuff. So what I wanted to come on today, though, I've been posting some things on my page, and we're heading into that time of year where it's about to get hot. You've got the political climate happening, all the things going on a day-to-day. And I post a lot of content on my page about just things that, make me say, what the F? So tonight, I just wanted to talk about it this afternoon. So this is going to be a segment on just the fuckery and foolishness that is ever pervasive. And of course, this is my opinion. So that's why this is commentary. But I always invite your views to see what you think. You're welcome to go to my page. I love to hear your ideas of what you would like to hear from me talk about. And again, you don't have to agree with me. The bedrock of my platform has always been we'll agree to disagree without being disagreeable. I welcome contrary opinions. But what you're going to hear today is the authentic views of Lee Black alone. So this does not speak for the family that joins me on a regular basis. These are my thoughts. So I just wanted to cover a few stories that I found particularly interesting, and it's just dumb shit on so many different levels. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. And for those of you who are doing things today, it's a Sunday, I know. It's for a lot of people. They're home with family watching the NCAA tournament. They're out eating, whatever you people do on a Sunday. So I hope that I'm providing a little content for those of you who watch me on a regular basis to be able to say, hey, that's a crazy SOB. Or, hey, that was a story I didn't see about or whatever. So I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see my very first story. And this one is of a serious nature. So let me start there. This is a story about Atlanta police conducting a traffic stop on a vehicle. And this happened about a month ago, just so you know. And I want to make sure that the audio is all good and everything. So I'm going to play this clip, of course. And I'm not going to play it in its entirety. This is a very long story. You're more than welcome to watch this. It's about 35, almost 36 minutes. I'm only going to play about the first 5 minutes because it's going to provide the background and context of what I'm going to be talking about. I also see I got my brother from another popping in. I was on Kendrick Sports Hustle this morning, so be sure to check that out. Appreciate you, my brother, for popping in. And again, anybody who you're welcome to come on camera too. I just didn't send out any invites. So anybody want to come on live, you're welcome. It's an open fest here. But I'm going to show you about a 5-minute clip of a serious situation, but how to me it falls into the category of fuckery and foolishness. And I'm only going to show the first 5 minutes of this. But again, you're welcome to watch the entire clip. It's on my Facebook page under Lee Black. And so this is an Atlanta police conduct a traffic stop on a vehicle. Here we go.
The police conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle after observing a passenger with both legs extended through the sunroof while the car was in motion.
Switch off the vehicle.
Say it again.
Switch off the vehicle. All right, step out the vehicle. Put your hands behind the back.
Why I have to put my hands behind my back for?
Wait.
Just be good. Get it out.
So right now you are detained. Reckless driving.
Calm down.
3 persons in the front of the vehicle while you're driving.
For the what?
3 persons in the front of the vehicle while you're driving. Reckless in the state of Georgia. All right. You have your driver's license on you?
Jazz, just listen.
Twist your waistband real quick. Make sure you have no weapons on you. Why are you driving with somebody in the front of the vehicle?
What 3 people was in the front of my car?
Oh yeah, man. I saw you when you pull up to the gas station, you know, sir. Why are we gonna behave down?
Wait.
Sit, man. Sit.
I'm a sit.
But don't tell me anything. Why are we driving with 3 people in the front of the vehicle?
It's just me and my passenger.
You want your passenger?
My passenger.
You're telling me you have a female passenger in the front of the vehicle? That's what you're telling me?
It's a male in the passenger seat of the car.
Okay. And I know what I saw. Those 2 legs that I saw up in the air through the sunroof, that person was sitting in the front of the vehicle.
You saw legs outside of the car while I was driving?
Yes, sir. We both know what's going on. You pulled up at the Whole Mill gas station, saw me, and turned out to the gas station. Turn around. Let me get your driver's license. You have anything on you that I need to know about?
I do.
Huh?
I do not.
You say yeah?
I do not.
Do not? Okay. Turn around. Put your foot inside. What? Something you want to say?
Jermaine struggled for years with dental
Sorry
issues
about the
before
commercial,
finally
folks.
finding
This is
Nubia.
YouTube.
Listen to what
Only
he
gonna
wanted
be
most
just a
after
few
his smile
seconds.
makeover.
Let's skip this. Here we go.
You, young lady, you are the one who had your foot through the sunroof. You step out the vehicle.
Me?
Yeah, man, you.
Me?
Of course, you. You are the one who had your foot out through the sunroof of the vehicle. So step out of the vehicle. Yeah, man, straight up.
What shoe? That's what I'm saying. What shoe?
4, I'm good, thank you. So 1 blackmail detained. You step out the vehicle.
There's a latch right here, sir.
Step out the vehicle. You want me to pull out the vehicle? You want to pull out the vehicle?
Yes, you can jump around my vehicle. You can jump around.
That's negative, I'm good.
You can jump around. Yes, step up. Leave it.
No, I'm going to keep it on me. Why? I didn't do nothing wrong.
No, you are fine. You are fine. You are fine.
So if it's okay in the state of Georgia to have your foot hanging through the sunroof of a vehicle while it is in motion,
What do you want
is
to
that
do?
okay?
Hold on, sir. I'm
Excuse me?
I'm her blood brother. Can you please tell
Yeah.
me why you asking her to
Get away from here,
Yeah,
dude.
hold on. That's
No.
not the point. Don't talk to me.
Hey,
Don't
hey,
talk to me like
hey, listen to me.
Talk to me.
Darrell,
You do what you need to
get
do.
back.
I'm the police here.
Don't you grab my arm.
That's the point.
Bro, don't grab my arm like that, OG. Don't grab my arm like that.
stop, man.
Yeah,
I know
calm
you-
back up. Do what you need to do. Don't fuck calm.
I'm going to stop it right there, folks, because it only escalates from there. But I wanted you to see the initial stop and the initial interaction between the participants. CC says, hey, Kenny. Kenny says, hey, CC. So this is a situation that plays out all too often in America. The relationship between police officers and the Black community is what it is, folks. It's not great. It's never been great. And we see this happen far too often, but I'm not going to go into that realm. I wanted you to see how it started, and let me give you the rest of the video, the details. It escalated way beyond that. The young lady that you see pulled out, she became combative. They put her in handcuffs. And just so you know who was in the vehicle, you had two males in the vehicle. As you saw, he detained the actual driver. He already has him in the car. Then there was a guy and the two women in the back. The young lady that's acting up, her brother and the other lady got out, and the brother was pleading with this young lady to calm down because she ratcheted it up to the whole next level, which is the definition of fuckery and foolishness, because she yelled that I got an attorney, don't touch me. She became even more disrespectful, all of these things. Her brother was pleading with her to just calm down. Ultimately, more officers was called. A supervisor was called to the scene. This particular officer, he explained the situation, this, that, and the other. It just was a bad scene all around. Why am I bringing this to the table as dumb shit and fuckery and foolishness? Now, let me be clear. These are the opinions of Lead Black and Lead Black only. What I witnessed and what I saw, let me state first, all say for the record, I do not hate police officers. In fact, I love police officers. I welcome police officers. Now, that's coming from a 57-year-old man who loved to feel safe. Having said that, I do have some issues with law officers. And from the very beginning, in my opinion, this was handled badly. The Jamaican officer, he literally, to me, he created an environment right from the outset. Now, we only see the beginning. If you might have caught the grainy part of it, was the young lady's legs was hanging out the thing. Once he pulled him over, he immediately, to me, set the tone by making the driver get out and immediately put him in handcuffs. He didn't ask questions. Now, some would say that he did that for his protection, and I actually would agree with that had it been handled better. Had he said, hey, look, I'm pulling you over because of this, that, and the other, and hey, do you have any weapons? And it's a bunch of people in the car. I'm going to put cuffs on you for my safety. He didn't do that. He immediately set the combative tone. And even when he went back to the car with the lady, his tone to her, you come out, do you want me to drag you out? This is where, to me, sensitivity training could be truly valuable. But this is my opinion. It's bad enough that there is a racial animus between us when we know that white officers stop Black pedestrians and drivers, I should say. This is also the fact when it comes to culture. I, in my capacity, come in contact with Jamaicans all the time. Now, we can sit here and talk about stereotypes, but I'm telling you, because I'm very, very familiar with Jamaican culture. My sister's married to a Jamaican. My mom dated a Jamaican, and I work with them on a regular basis. Culturally, Jamaicans have an issue with Americans already. They think we're lazy. They think that, we're uneducated. And now you put a badge on one. To me, this is my opinion, he came in with those biases already. And then, of course, they have a bias built in and predetermined as well when they get stopped by police. The end result of this whole encounter, folks, was that nobody in the car was able to could pass a breathalyzer, so they all legally intoxicated. The only people who got arrested was that young lady and the driver. The driver ultimately was charged with reckless endangerment. Ultimately, the young lady was taken to the hospital first. I don't know why that. They cleared her, and then she received, she went to Fulton County Jail. She received felony obstruction and 2 counts of battery. They gave her 2 counts of battery because she was resisting. A white female officer got involved. They talked to her so nasty because by the time the other officers got on the scene, this officer was able to explain to the supervisor his condensed version of things, and quite naturally, they sided with him. And I'm not even saying that's wrong. I have worked in a capacity many a times that I want my bosses to side with me. Maybe after the fact, they might have said to him, hey, you handled that wrong, this, that, and the other. But they had no choice but to side with the officer, because by the time they got there, this young lady was acting a motherfucking fool. Her level of fuckery and foolishness was on 1,000. She was yelling about, she got an attorney and don't touch me, this, that, and it went other places where she went all the way in. Again, the video's on my page for you to watch in its entirety. But folks, I just want to bring this part to the table that, look, we see this happen a lot of times. This could be handled so much better if police have a level of sensitivity in terms of realizing that they're dealing with the public and not every person they pull over is a criminal. These were young people out having fun. Now, they shouldn't be intoxicated, but they didn't warrant them being treated as criminals the first time you opened the door. Having said that, for us who are driving, they have a job to do, folks. And you may have your biases, but it is the law. And a lot of this could have been avoided had they just simply complied. And the young lady being a passenger, she wasn't even a driver. She turned what could possibly have been just them giving this young man a ticket and going on about their business into an entire ordeal. And so I wanted to say for those watching, be careful who you roll with, folks, because if you're caught in a situation where even if it's not you, the person, you're a passenger, you're responsible for them. And this young lady turned what could have been maybe a warning, even though the officer had some biases, in my opinion. He had a shitty attitude. Come on, man, and you bumper rascal Jamaican motherfucker, you. So he had all of that going on, but you escalated it, and you're never going to win that battle. It's very rarely, folks, you're going to win that battle. They're wearing a badge. They have the law behind them and that shield, and they work for a posse, the other officers, that is 9 times out of 10 going to take their side. So you're not going to win. So this was one of my stories that fell into the fuckery and foolishness. And so, folks, we just got to do better. CC says exactly. All that could have been avoided, might have only gotten a citation. CC, exactly. If you watch this video in its entirety, these were young kids on riding around, drinking, having a good time. Her legs was in the air. They was having some fun or whatever they were doing. Now, should they have been drinking and driving? Probably not. But I've been young and dumb, and we've all done dumb shit. You know, they could have been pulled over, gotten a warning, boom, boom, boom. But she wasn't having any of it. And it got really sad to watch the brother beg and plead with her to fucking be quiet. But she was on another one. And what I've discovered in 2025, women, I hate to say this, CC, a lot of these young women, they're 10 times worse than men. So fellas, know the women that you roll with, whether they're your girl, your sister, your cousin, or whatever, because a lot of these young ladies out here right now, they're walking around with that mentality that I'm a woman and you can't put your hands on me, but they feel like they can go all the way out. And I'm telling you, law enforcement is not having it. And in case you don't know anything about Atlanta, they don't give a fuck here in the A. They will take you down, man, woman, or child. Anyway, let's move on to another story. I want to talk about the Marvin Sapp situation. Unless you've been under a rock, the renowned gospel artist and preacher Marvin Sapp got himself in a little bit of a hot water right now with something that he did, and it went viral. Cece says, I already know, Lee, some of them I don't want to be around either. These are dangerous times. Now, yeah, you have to be careful with women. I mean that in every situation. I even recently had a situation where a young male friend of mine, he came over with his girlfriend, and they were drinking, and we was having a good time. And in the midst of him getting a little tipsy, she was all between my legs trying to do some shit, and it ratcheted it up and could have went a whole different way. And again, it's who he brought with him. You need to know when you roll in with a hoe. And then, of course, everybody know I like bitches and hoes. But I digress. let's talk about Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp recently had a video got showed on him where he told his congregant, the ushers, to lock the doors until he was able to raise $40,000. He demanded from the 1,000 people in there that they give $20 each. And he said for the 1,000 watching that they would also give 20 each. And those sitting behind them in the pews, I guess the singers or whatever the fuck they be doing in church, that they give $100 because he said it costs to sit up here. So I want to play this video so that you have what's going on in case you are not aware of this story. And it's just relatively short. It's only 2 minutes and 49 seconds. But again, this is Marvin Sapp. His most famous song is, never would have made it. So let's see what this motherfucker is talking about. And yes, I'm calling him a motherfucker right off the bat because for those of you who don't know, that's how I feel about these bootleg preachers. So I can't stand them anyway. But here we go. Let's check out the video of Marvin Sapp under my show tonight, Fuckery and Foolishness.
Cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap, that's swag. I was looking in her eyes, she's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it. And they under.
Wow. Grown woman don't try me says, I was disgusted by this story. The church has really become a business. It's no longer about saving souls. It's all about money. CC, it's been about business, baby. It's been about business from back in the days when Jesus Christ was around. If you know your Bibles, folks, there's a reason why Jesus Christ, before he took the position of becoming the Messiah, he took the sash and beat the Pharisees and Sadducees out of the temple. He said way back some 3,000-4,000 years ago, You are turning my father's house into a den of iniquity. He whooped their ass and put them out. So this is not new, folks. The church has always been a business. It's more prevalent now. It's not even being hidden anymore. The curtain has come back. In this age of TikTok, where everything's recorded, we're seeing it in all its glory. And in case you're thinking that this only happens in Black churches, just last week, Donald Trump's ordained official pastor, a white woman, also was caught, and they're trying to cover this over because she told her congregants that they needed to give $1,000 and they would be basically renting an angel from heaven, that if they sowed a seed of $1,000, that would buy them an angel, and the angel from heaven, your enemies, would become that angel's enemies, and that angel would do your bidding. Folks, this is real. This shit is real. CC says, as hard as times are today, people losing their jobs, home, etc. No, sir. Kendrick says, well, damn. And if they don't, then what, Pastor? CC says, but they weren't so blatantly open back in the day. Yes. That's why I'm saying, CC, it is not being hidden anymore. In this day and age now, where the preachers drive the best vehicles and SUVs and live in the best places, they're not pretending that they're not rich. He's saying that giving is service, and he held them captive. And so the Black Twitter, especially, saying that you couldn't have held, folks. Can y'all imagine if for some reason, me, Lee Black, being in church for whatever reason, I was visiting, and a motherfucker talking about he gonna close the door and I can't get out until I'll tear that motherfucker up. I'll tear Jesus down from the walls and every goddamn thing else. I'll piss all over that motherfucker. I'll tear that motherfucker up. Just on the idea that you think you can hold me in there captive while you get some money out of me. Are you fucking kidding me? You got to be insane. That could have never been me, folks. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. But folks, that is where we are now. We are in a time and we are in a place where the church is on full open display of being able to fleece the flock, to their wickedness is on full display. And my only question, people, is for those of you who believe in that tithing and all of those kind of things, because don't get me started bringing scripture in here, because I can. What are you going to do? Because are you going to sit back now and just wave this off as, well, because he's come out and said that basically we didn't understand the full context of it, and that, we didn't, maybe understand the full input behind it. What is there to understand? When you're demanding $40,000 before they can leave, and to have the presumptuousness to tell them you ain't going nowhere but to the I don't give a fuck where you think I'm going, but you're telling me what I got to give. So I'm just looking at people who give under these pretenses when the money is not going towards anything that's going to save souls. And by the way, where is the other minister speaking out about this? Because just like we talked about law officers being one big gang supporting each other, all you fucking preachers, white, black, and all in between, I'm talking about the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, and every other religion out there too, Islam, you name it, all of you motherfuckers, why aren't you speaking out about things? Why aren't you saying that this is not the way it's supposed to be? The book of John, chapter 8, verse 44 says, you receive free, you give free. Yes, folks, I know the Bible. You're not supposed to be profiting off of this. The Bible says that if a man don't work, he shouldn't eat. There was never an intention for the congregation to take care of your grown, full, able-bodied ass. And now for you to even be showing up in church, you don't even dress appropriately before God. Motherfuckers coming in track suits, The same shit that he gonna go out and eat Sunday in with his sweaty, fat, feminine ass. And now you just preaching and give money, you fat bastard, you. So you already know how I feel about you motherfuckers. So anyway, let's get a couple comments in on shit. So, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. CC says, the pastors have lost their mind. This reminded me of the pastor of LA TV show gangsters, thugs, who are now pastors. CC, the fact that we have reality TV where pastors are showcased in all of their shame tells you the state where we are with religion. Kendrick Sports Hustle says, don't know if you've seen it, but Ricky Smiley put out a video defending Marvin Gap. That faggot motherfucker, fuck you too. I said it. Because here in Atlanta, yeah, they're going to support these money-grubbing motherfuckers, and half of them is preaching by day and got their legs pinned behind their ears by night. Yes, I said it. Fuck you, Ricky Smiley. Grown woman don't try me says, I said the same, Lee. I would have fought anyone who tried to keep me there. No, he didn't, Kenny. Wow, I can't believe he tried to explain this nonsense. They are one and the same, Lee. All dirt bags and can suck a sick dick, in my opinion. And so, yes, this falls under the category of fuckery and foolishness. I said it. Let me take a sip, folks. Gonna lighten the mood here with a different fuckery and foolishness story. Kendrick says, yeah, he did, CC. Supposedly, Marvin Sapp would be live on Ricky Smiley Morning Show Monday. I won't be tuning in because, like a politician, Brother Kenny and CC, he'll have time to dress the comments up and to try to explain it away about how I heard one fuckboy preacher say, well, what they don't tell you is that we frequently send a collection plate out and tell people take what you need, this, that, and that. You lying sons of bitches. Most of these motherfuckers are living in mansions and driving the best of cars. And meanwhile, your congregants are showing up broke down, underrepresented, and everything else. And even the shit that's going on in politics, why aren't you lining up helping your own people? You're fleecing the flock, and all of you motherfuckers deserve to burn in hell. You low down sons of bitches. All right, I said I was going to calm down, folks. Let's go to another story. Kenny, you will find this one especially appropriate because you and I, my brother, are of the same age group. And Auntie Monique, as many call her, she has some advice, Brother Kenny, for people like me and you. On Kendrick Sports Hustle today, Brother Kenny talked about this warm weather as it's ushering in sundress weather. Yeah, CC says they got mansions, private jets. Exactly. Come on, y'all. We know this shit is ridiculous. CC, check this next story out. Brother Kenny and Kenny loved this weather coming in because he said it's sundress season coming in. Now, I hate the summer. I prefer it cold. But one true positive of the warm weather is it definitely means less clothing. And here in Atlanta, since we've already had 80s weather, you know, these nasty no good bitches, they're coming out of their clothes, no doubt about it. As I ride around, I'm already on a hunt, you know. And so these eyes, you know, even though they don't see quite as far as they used to, and I got to wear glasses, they definitely looking. So, but Monique's got some advice for people in my age group. And she was on the Shannon Sharp show, and she basically had a message, Brother Kenny, for me and you. I'm just going to say she talking to me and you. Check out what Auntie has to say.
26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old.
Mo, it's different now.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you trying to say that? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You trying to hang out with these young bitches? You can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on, let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. You don't need
Okay. Auntie did not hold back. Monique is special. Whether you like her, hate her, whatever, she did not hold back. And folks, she said what she truly believed. Kendrick says Monique needs to mind her damn business. You know what? Look, she appropriately led into the situation because she is basically speaking her advice as an auntie. So this is where I'm gonna surprise you guys, maybe. She ain't lying. The truth of the matter is she ain't lying, folks. Look, as I mentioned, Brother Kenny, this is sundress season, and I'm looking, but I'm gonna be completely honest here now. I'm 57 years old. My eyesight is not what it used to be. I got peripheral neuropathy, sciatica, high blood pressure. Now I'm managing my high blood pressure and diabetes very well. Technically, I'm no longer considered a diabetic. My numbers are under control. Your boy on Monjaro. Now, I'm one of those rare people that it don't make my fat ass lose weight, but it has curbed my appetite and got my numbers under control. I'm doing pretty good, folks, you know, to be honest with you. Having said that, them days of chasing these young no-good bitches, I just be talking. I'm just going to be honest with you. Monique ain't lying. What I'm looking for now and what I know I need, she ain't lying. Now, 10 years ago, 100 pounds ago, I can still chase them Coke bottles and I can still haul them bitches around and occasionally hoist them up a little bit, not over my shoulders, but walk around with them. This old back and these weak muscles can't do that no more. Now I'm laying down. You can, any gymnastics going to be happening in that bedroom, these bitches going to have to do all the work now. And so Monique is right. Now I've had to change my standards, folks. Tori is in the house. She says, hey, Carol. Carol says, hey, Toria. I've had to change my standards, folks, and I have to realize at this stage of my life, she's right. I need an older woman who understands how to take care of a grown-ass man. She says, hey, Kenny. So Monique might have said it in a hilarious way, but there was a hell of a lot of truth in what she was saying about even if you're sexually active, you need a grown woman who's going to understand that maybe that thing can't jump back into action like it did when you was in your 30s. That she understands that, let's take a little break here. Go get you a good meal, put something in the man's stomach, lay around a little bit, watch a little TV first, and then maybe we can go for another round. Monique ain't lying. Kenny, she might need to mind her business, but brother, she ain't wrong in that sense. I got to tell you. Kendrick says Monique is our age, so I guess she has some insight, LOL. She's speaking some truth. I got to give it to her. And she said it funny. And even Shannon was laughing, but in the midst of his laughing, he knows that there is some truth to that because being realistic, Shannon Sharp is in phenomenal shape, as you can see. And of course, he can get one of these young thoroughbreds. But in all likelihood, she's with him for his money. She's going to, be 4-4 status for his clout. Now, I ain't famous, I ain't rich, but I do okay. So the truth of the matter is, not on his level. I can go get me a young 20-something. She gonna come in and see, oh shit, this fat nigga got it going on. He got a real job. He ain't out here thugging. Yeah, she'll fuck with me. And she might even call me daddy occasionally because I like it when they call me daddy. But I'm not a damn fool. I recognize and realize that I'll be a damn fool thinking that somewhere out there she ain't got one of these young studs standing up in that pussy with the boots on, because I no longer can stand up in it that way. I might give you 1 or 2 good heavyweight rounds, and then bitch, that's all I got. So unless you're willing to lay here after that and we watch TV quietly while you keep your motherfucking mouth closed and stay off your phone and not TikTok, you need to go somewhere else to get your brains beat out because you're not going to get it here. Kenny says, say, man, I'm 6 feet 185, so I can still hold my own as long as she's in my way. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, my brother. You right. And I've seen you work out, but you keep lifting them bitches up if you want to. One of these days, that back gonna cave out. I'm gonna tell you, partner, I'm giving you advice from an old man. Stop hoisting these bitches around and let them do the work. Toria says, Monique home cracking up, but she told him the truth. Absolutely. Well, you say she home cracking. Absolutely. Grown woman says, every man needs a good woman. Leave them tricks alone. You are so right. The problem is, CC, it's hard to find a good woman these days, and it's hard to be twiddling my thumbs around here while I'm waiting on a good one to come through. And so while I'm waiting on a good one, I'll take a few bad ones here and there. That's part of the problem. That's my problem anyway. Tori says, Shannon knew she was telling the truth. Absolutely. Shannon knew exactly. He laughing, but Monique ain't lying, folks. And so I thought about a scene from Malcolm X where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm that what's a good age for a man, she said. And the answer was, according to Islam, half the man's age plus him. So I am 57 years old, right? So that would make the woman I'm looking for, half of 57 is 26 and a half. You add 7 years, so you're talking about 34, 35 years. So basically they're saying I need to be looking for women 35 and up. There's a logic in that where I would agree with that to a certain extent. And you know why? Because the truth of the matter is, any woman under the age of 35, I'm going to be brutally honest, I have very little in common with, and she have in common with me. And that shit about, oh, she's mature for her age. And even on the flip side, oh, he acts real young. The truth of the matter is, I rub Ben Gay on my knees occasionally, and I piss in a bucket sometimes. No young girl under the age of 35 don't want to see that shit. She's TikToking, and I want to be quiet and watch the news. The truth of the matter is, the age group that I really know that suits me best is about 45 and up. I'm 57. I truly would want a woman that is from my era who knows who the Isley brothers are, who gets in the mood off the OJs, you know, who understands Bobby Womack, who knows how to fry chicken from scratch, who knows how to get in and make macaroni and cheese, and I'm not talking about that Kraft shit out the box, who understands the value of rubbing a man's head or his stomach, and those are two separate things. I need a woman that's about 45 and up to understand what it means to be able to say, let's do something quiet and let's be romantic. Now, anybody up younger than that, it's just fucking. I'm just saying. Kenny says, I agree, brother. A woman asked me my age range yesterday, and I said the youngest would be 38. So we understand, we truly understand it doesn't always stop us from getting things that bad from us because we're men and we're stupid and we're visual. And that's why when you go in stores, they put all the stuff up front because it's impulse buying. And so as Brother Kenny say, in this sundress season, we buy sometimes on impulse because of what we see. But we also have buyer's remorse because we know when they get in and they take them sundresses off, half the time them drawers go walk across the room on their own because these bitches don't wash no more. And a lot of times, half these bitches, they don't shave their musty pubic hairs. They musty you can't tell which smell worse, the back of their neck, the back of their knees, or between their legs. So there's buyer's remorse. I just had a nasty bitch in here last Wednesday. I didn't want no pussy. I just wanted head. And she says next time she come over, I got to fuck. So I got to figure out a way around that. But she was young and dumb, and I needed some attention. I'm just saying, you know. Toria says, my friend was at the Home Goods down there, and there were so many women at the store, she was live. You may need to hang out over at Home Goods. You know what? Thank you for telling me that, Toria. My used to be pickup spot was Walmart, and I was in Walmart just the other day buying candles. And anytime you want to pick up nasty, filthy, no goods, you're going to always find them at Walmart. But thank you for telling that, Tori, because I've been wondering what is a place to find good women. So you know what? These home goods stores and Home Depot where them grown women in there, and they're around trying to improve their home. You just gave me an idea where I'm going to start hanging out and as this warm weather heats up, because I need to find somebody grown that know how to cook a meal, that know how to come over, and they're going to take a fucking shower and a bath before they get here and cross their legs like a lady and be okay with having a cooked meal instead of thinking we're going to spend $300, $400 out for you at some restaurant. So thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate that. And CC, Toria, thank you for always sharing your tips because I value your opinion. No doubt about it. Toria says they was buying candles. I was in Walmart buying candles, but Tori, I was being cheap. I used to buy my candles from Bath and Body Works, but you have to wait till they go on sale where you buy one, get one free, and the candles is $13. Then I realized that, wait a minute, Walmart got some nice 3-wick candles for $5.99. I bought 30 of them bitches, so I'm back in the candle game, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Kendra says, just call my brother Mr. Handyman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and I do know how to hang a picture, and I know that there's a reason for that little ball in the toilet, ladies. So I know my way around some handyman shit too. Don't get it twisted. All right, let's move on to the next story about fuckery and foolishness, folks. I call this one Ghetto Brag. Ghetto Brag. Now, those of you who know me, y'all know I like ghetto women. And don't let the background fool you. I'm from the ghetto. I grew up in New York City. St. Nick Projects, 129th Street from 7th Avenue. My mama still lived there, 4 blocks away from the Apollo Theater. CC says, you stop going to Dollar Tree? No, I ain't gonna never stop going to Dollar Tree, but their candles, they don't have the quality candles. And I like the big ones with the 3-wick. And Walmart got some good candles. They got good throw. They burn long all the way down to the end for $5.97. Folks, get on that. And that's the only reason I fuck with Walmart. Since Walmart rolled back DEI, I don't fuck with Walmart, but I ain't no fool. So I went in there, got my candles, got my monkey ass on up out of there. I fuck with Kroger's. But anyway, I like ghetto women, and I'm from the ghetto. So let's see what this ghetto chick is saying, because Kenny, this is also a message to you and I. So I think we ought to listen to this very intently too, except unlike Auntie, this young lady has a very different message, Brother Kenny, for you and I. Let's check out what she has to say. And the caption is, does she have a point? And you says, when a ninja hasn't really accomplished anything, he turns to young girls because y'all are very impressionable. All right, let's see what this nasty no good bitch has to say.
Man hasn't accomplished shit in his life because the first thing he gonna do, run to a young bitch and tell her all the stuff that he doing now. But it's not like even a flex because you that age, you supposed to be doing that. I travel, I go here, you supposed to. You fucking 59, I would hope so, sir. Giving these old niggas the blues. Every time they take me out, they want to take me out of town to certain places. I already been there. Next. Oh, have you been here? Yeah, I've been there too. I can actually put you on to these excursions. Like this posted where I went for my birthday to massage place. He texted me talking about some, oh yeah, they have a jacuzzi room too. If you didn't know about it, I added my own add-on. Oh, you should have told me, I would have spoiled you. Yeah, but your spoil don't just come with just the money. It come with old peenie. And I don't even like young peenie. Girl, just leave me alone. Ugh. Age don't always need maturity. These niggas be goofballs, and you can always tell because the only thing they gonna always bring up is, oh, the young niggas not doing it like me. If you really felt like that, you wouldn't have to say it. If you was really popping it for your age, you would not have to keep saying that. You old ass niggas just be in the dirt, still trying to keep up with the Joneses, but still want to get called but still want to like try to give girls daddy advice, but then want them to call you daddy like sexually. It'd be so sick and weird. Get y'all old asses on. I love when I can always say a nigga never made me. A nigga can never put me on nothing, especially an old nigga. Every time I bring up vacation, I could take you here, been there, done that. What's next? Like, I'm not, what, you gonna take me to the ice cream parlor, old ass nigga? Like, You can always tell when.
All right. I guess she got us told. Her point, folks, is that she have a problem with us old ass niggas, and she specifically mentioned 59. So I'm 57. So I'm gonna put myself right in that category as the old ass nigga by her definition. And she don't want to hear nothing we got to say because according to her, it's pretty much disgusting for us to be talking about where we can take her, what we can do for her. First of all, you rat face bitch, you walking around the side of your house, ain't living in no mansion with a tank top on and cut off shorts, with a fake weave on, fake eyelashes on, looking like somebody's beat up raccoon, and have the audacity to be questioning if anybody want to take your funky, stinking ass somewhere where they might incorporate a little bit of culture in you, you dirty, dumb bitch, you bragging about the fact that an older man can't take you nowhere you ain't been. This is for you young bitches out there who I love, and this is why I love y'all. Just because you have been to the Cancuns and you've been on this snap, you know what? Y'all making money now, we can go that way. But how has it enriched your life? Most of you are uneducated. You got the Gucci bag and the nails, this and, but you ain't living no better. And so the idea that you think that you've accomplished so much because you've been to Puerto Rico, this, that, and what has that done to actually empower you and enrich your life? The idea that maybe an older guy might want to introduce your stupid ass to a little bit of culture, but I guess unless we playing that dumb fuck music where you can twerk, you stinking pussy bitch, I guess it don't matter. And then so young Ping, so instead of dealing with one maybe older guy that's gonna bring a little class to your ass, you rather have a whole lot of slaggy pants, undercover fags running through your stinking ass trap like nobody's business. Because I guarantee you, either you got a whole lot of dumb young running through your pussy, or you got some other nasty bitch with her head between your funky ass legs. You dirty, no good rat face bitch, you. Cece says, so does Ross Home Goods and Marshalls. I get my candles from there. Yeah, I know they got good candles, but they don't have the same price that Walmart got, Cece. So, Rose said, oops, not rat face. Y'all know good and well that bitch looked just like a rat, like a motherfucking mole in the face. And if you strip away that fake hair and her so-called, what do y'all call them shit, where they spend time, baby, bitch, your hair's rough as a pig's ass underneath that wig. I know good and goddamn well that your neck smell like the crack of my ass when I walk too long. You dirty, stinking bitch, you. Kendrick says, I guess she told us, didn't she? LOL. Go ahead and go off then. This old ass dude good over here. Absolutely. We definitely ain't checking for your musty stinking ass. All you can do, you dirty rat face bitch, is get on your funky ass knees, and I'm not going to even put a towel down for you. I don't give a fuck if your knees get stuffed up or not, because you ain't going to bathe no way. And if I do decide to fuck you, you're going to stay in that same prostate position. I don't even want to look at your rat face ass. I'm going to push your motherfucking head down, stuff myself deep as I can in your musty stump, and nut all over your back, and then take your own t-shirt and wipe it all over your back, you dirty bitch. All right. Speaking of dirty bitches, Kitty's laughing. Tori is laughing. And Cece says, I know that's right. So speaking of you dirty bitches who think you doing so much and you're moving because you got this, you got that, and a lot of you have come up and you're in the workforce and now you can't tell you nothing, I'm going to let your own peers indict you. This last story, I personally, was one of my favorite. It's called Captain Save-A-Ho. Yes, indeed. Let's listen to women. This ain't even me talking about you bitches. I want to let your own tribe call you out on your fuckery and foolishness, you dirty bitches. All right, here we go. I call this one Captain Save-A-Ho. Let's check it out.
I do. I have 6 altogether.
You gave birth to 6 children?
I did. I gave birth to 6 children.
Are they all by the same man?
No, ma'am.
How many men?
4.
4 men. Melissa, have you ever been married?
I have not.
You have any children?
Yes, I do. I have 5 children.
You have 5 kids. Are all by the same man?
No, they're not. There's 4 different.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, ma'am. I have 4.
How many kids you got, Angel? Joe?
I have 4.
Are your children by the same man?
No, ma'am.
How many men?
All my kids were by different men.
So 4.
Yes.
Okay, 4 men. Okay.
Nasty bitch.
You have any kids? How many kids do you have?
I have 3. I have a 15-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And I've never been married.
How many men do you have children by?
3.
21 years young. You have any children?
I have 3. I have a 12-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 10-month-old.
Are they all by the same man?
No, ma'am.
Do the 10-month-old and the 3-year-old have the same daddy? How many men you have children by?
3.
32. Okay, since we got there early, how many kids you have?
I have 5.
You have 5 kids, girl? How old are your 5 kids?
14, 8, 6, 4, and 2.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
5 men.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man.
Do you have any kids?
I have 4 almost adult children.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
4.
4. Have you ever been married?
I have been married to a woman, and it was like an arranged marriage.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes.
You have any kids?
I do. I have 5.
All by the same man? How many men?
I'm sorry?
How many men?
3.
3 men. Okay. Do you have any? Oh, you have a child. How many kids do you have?
7. She's the youngest.
You have 7 children. Hey, how many men do you have children by?
5.
Do you have any kids?
Yes.
How many kids, honey?
I have 6.
You gave birth to 6 people.
Yeah, 6 children.
Are all your 6 children by the same man? How many baby daddies do you have?
6.
6. Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
Do I smell a whore?
Do you have any children?
I have 8.
You really have 8 kids?
I really
You
do.
gave birth to 8 kids?
I did.
8 kids came out of your womb.
Yes, ma'am.
All by the same man?
3 different fathers.
So you have a grandbaby. How many kids do you have?
I have 4 sons.
Excuse me?
4 sons.
4 sons. All by the same man?
No, by 3 different fathers.
3 men. Have you ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You have any children?
Yes, I have 4.
4 kids. Okay. All by the same man?
No, ma'am.
How many men?
3.
You have any kids?
Yes, I got 4 kids.
How many men?
4.
Another one.
Why you not with the 1-year-old dad?
He got some problems. Like, he had too many problems. Like, he got like some crazy problems, and I had to leave him.
Baby by him.
Huh?
Why did you have a baby by him?
I was pregnant before I found out.
Why did you get pregnant before you found out he had problems?
I found out he had problems after.
You should have found out first, right?
Yes.
I'm going to stop it right there, folks, because this shit just goes on and on and on. Shout out to Kendra G for airing that segment, which is just brutal truth. And in case you were watching that segment, these were women. Not all of them were bad looking. They were different age ranges. And even you could see the gaps in some of the children. Like that last one, you had a 1-year-old and she asked her, well, why did you have a baby by this person? Oh, he had some problems. I got pregnant before. So in the words of my brother from another, so you nasty bitches out here letting people shoot the club up, but there's something wrong with them. Okay, let's read a couple of comments before I get into my bag. CC says, and y'all think that's good, shaking my damn head. Again, this ain't a man. This is not Kevin Samuels, because he would have been roasted for putting on this segment, because again, he was talking about high level women, and if this segment was coming from a man, oh, we wrong. We women shaming and this, that, and the other about our kids. But this is a woman on her platform asking a series of women what their circumstances are. And they're telling her. Kenny says, geez. Toria says, 8 kids, 3 different fathers. Yes, 8. Cece says, in the words of Lee Black, nasty, low-down bitches. Absolutely. Toria says, makes no sense. They just pop them out like nothing. Toria says, nasty and are so young. Yeah, and that's the sad part about it. Truthfully speaking, folks, these aren't old women. We're not talking about old. I think if you looked at their age and had to guess, we're talking about at worst case scenario, these ladies might be 45, the age group that I'm talking about. We weren't talking about 50-year-olds and now they're looking at, these are young women and there's some in 20s, 30s, and maybe early 40s that has all these multiple kids. And it just is a fucking shame that you've let all these soldiers come through and fight in that war, but then you reach a point in your life where now you're looking for a good man, and now you want the man to have this, that, and the others. Where was those standards at when he was shooting the club up? And as I mentioned, that ghetto brag bitch, so you let all kinds of sticks go up in that trap, and if you already had abortions, she probably has 2 kids at the end because you can see her stomach rolled up like some balled up homework, even as she was walking with the t-shirt on. So that bitch got kids, and I guarantee you them trips that she taking, they off the backs of income taxes and spending whatever money she get to take that trip without feeding those fucking chin cutter little rugrats you got, because them sons of bitches is somewhere eating juicy juice and snacking on snacks because you can't cook, you dirty bitch. But these bitches out here, they got all these multiple kids, and then you reach a point in your life where now he can't do this and he can't do that, and he got to have this and he got to have that. And so y'all wonder why I'm the way I am. You expect me to come to you full in hand, willing to give and do, when that's what you got holding out for me? Let me tell you something, folks. I worked pretty motherfucking hard to get where I am. I'm a product of the ghetto. I grew up in the ghetto with rats and roaches, and education has paved the way for me to get to a place where I live in the same places where the motherfucking Beverly Hills housewives people live. They ain't living no better than me. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that I worked hard to get here. I made right decisions. I don't have a felony record. I'm educated. I'm hardworking. I might tell you I'm super intelligent, articulate, and I'm motherfucking charming. Having said that, you think I'm going to drag some bitch in here that got 3, 4 kids, and now I got to split my hard-earned salary to make sure them little ugly rat motherfuckers could eat snacky snacks and shit and keep you in weaves and spider eyelashes? Fuck that. You can suck some dick and get out of here by 3 o'clock is what you can do, because I ain't the one. Toria says this is ridiculous, and they walking around with designer bags. Then what happens to the kids? They end up growing up and repeating the same thing, a bunch of kids. Toria, you don't know how right you are, because that ghetto brag chick, the message you're trying to send to your young women out there is they shouldn't fuck with an old man that's trying to take and do something for them. So you're raising the next generation of daughters by telling them you don't need a man and you could do this by yourself. But yet that very segment shows that multiple kids, you're not married, you're actually inadvertently raising the next generation of single women. Because those children are not growing up in an environment where they see a stable home, a stable male influence. And the message you're sending that Gucci bags and trips and this, that, and that's what's important. So that the moment that these motherfuckers go walk, they're looking for somebody to what they can give to them, what they can do for them. But you're raising the next generation of single women because that is what they see, despite the message you think you're sending. Toria asks, the kid's going to end up just like the mother, having a bunch of kids. They know no difference. Absolutely. Holy 123Z, whatever it says, the world is ending too late now. Fat with cancer versus natural destruction. I don't disagree. Cece says those kids are eating ramen noodles and hot dogs because their mama can't and won't cook, which is the reason why the current administration is trying to pass a law that you can't spend food stamps on junk food anymore. And I'm there for it. I'm there for it because when I look over in the grocery store, when it's the first of the month, all you see in the basket is junk food. You're not raising these children off nutritious meals. You just, half of them are shopping at Family Dollar and Dollar Tree to literally get food. Those kids are eating processed junk food because your nasty ass is traipsing around with your girlfriends hanging out every night. You're not raising daughters to look for good qualities. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to put it out there. White women marry smarter than black women. I'm sorry. I said it. Again, these are my opinions. A lot of you sisters, you're so caught up in showing how strong you are. And now let me be clear. A lot of you have to be strong because of the fucked up, weak ass men out here. So I'm not letting them off the hook. But I'm just saying in this instance, a lot of you sisters are so hell-bent on proving you don't need a man that you're crippling and crushing your own blessings out there. Because when you got messages like the ghetto bitch telling you that an older man can't do anything for you, so what can a young man do for you other than shoot the spot up and smoke a blunt with you and call you bruh? They're not even respecting you. In fact, it got you bitches calling each other bruh. Bruh this, bruh that. So the example you're setting, you're creating another generation of fucking rats. And why do I call them rats? Go to Google and look up rats. Rats will eat their own. They're destructive animals. They carry pestilence and disease, and they consume everything and then they move on. And that's what a lot of you bitches are. You're no good rats. Because you're consuming, you're taking, you're not putting anything back in society. And half of you bitches will cannibalize your own. You damn sure ain't loyal to your friends, your family members, and many of you sacrifice the happiness and well-being of your own children. That's why I call you bitches rats. Toria says, you are exactly right, Carol. And feeding the less fortunate. I see the kids love my food and tell me what they are eating. They say they love it when they get to come see me. Breaks my heart. I taught in schools in undergrad, and I saw this in real life. And a lot of these kids are coming to school, and at school is where a lot of them are actually getting their only meal of the day because they're leaving school and going home to an environment where the lights aren't on. And some of them going to environments where it's not safe, because that tricking ghetto bitch got multiple niggas coming in and out. And the moment they walk through the door from school, the house is filled with blunts and smokes and music and drinks and this, that, and the other. But she's telling them, y'all go somewhere and play. You dirty, no good bitches, you. Grown woman Trauma says, I know, Tori, my grands love coming to my house. I will cook them whatever they want to eat. So y'all real women that know the value of being a wife, a woman, a mother, responsible, and that's the generation that I come from. And so anyway, folks, I just wanted to come on because I definitely wanted to share some content since I missed yesterday. So again, I apologize, but I was spring cleaning for those of you that didn't know, but I wanted to make sure that, I got some content out here, and hopefully you've had a little bit of a laugh. Hopefully I've introduced you to some stories that maybe you weren't unaware of. Not everybody is Facebook friends with me, but I hope this gives you something to have a good conversation about as well. Whether you agree or disagree or not, that's okay. I don't do these segments for you to say, Lee Black is right. I want your opinion. I covet that, but I do want you to talk about it. And hopefully, as you pass this content or this subject on to somebody else, have a great time with it. Have some laughs, speak a little truth, but we have to face it with the mirror. Because, folks, if we don't tell each other the truth, nobody is. So this is going to be a regular part of what I got coming for you as the sun gets hotter and hotter, because we all know when the heat comes, it comes with more fuckery and more foolishness and a whole lot of dumb shit. So So I'll continue to post these stories, not only on my page, but I'll snag a few of them from time to time. And I will come on just like this outside of Real Talk for Real Men and have a conversation that you're more than welcome to participate in. And again, you're welcome to come on screen. So I thank you guys for popping in, sharing a little bit of your Sunday with me. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Do something fun, relax, get prepared mentally, physically for the week ahead, and enjoy this oncoming good weather. Until next time, this is Lee Black. Always keep it real. Peace out, y'all.